There's so much shadow on the background. You can't. No, don't worry. I'm the one in charge of it.
Okay.
Is it because sit back? Yeah, you need to sit back. Okay. Hello YouTube. Hello everyone. I guess you must all have. Let me go live here.
Is it?
No. Okay, good. We are live.
Yeah.
Enhance. Yeah.
I'm gonna be back in a bit.
Okay. Hello everyone. Good to see you all today. So we are here. I guess you must have seen the topic, except for this platform. I don't think I put the topic here. Yes. So our topic today is, should men
submit to women? Quite controversial, if you ask me.
Absolutely controversial. We want to have fun with this one.
We want to try and have fun, yeah.
So, welcome to Breakage Barriers. It's great to have you all here. Wherever you're watching from any part of the world, welcome and join us in this discussion. Do not forget to type in your opinions in the chat and thoughts in the chat box, so we can
have a conversation, get this conversation started.
Yeah, so it's not just us two having the conversation. We would like to have the conversation with you as well. So welcome. As always, my name is Blessing, and
the host and the person that's, joined.
Your name is okay, good. Anyway, so submission, that's a very heavy and common word in the religious platform, where that it's expected that every woman submits to men, but it's never the other way around. That's one thing I've come to realize. Why is it never the other way around? Why should it always be that the woman be the one to submit and not the man also submitting? Because I've got this what's it called again?
Mentality.
So I've got this idea or ideology that I normally use, which is the getting my source of inspiration from nature, where
analogy. That's the analogy.
Where you have the plant and the earth, and you're able to grow stuff. And when you look at the world generally, life is about giving and taking, sowing and reaping. And when it comes to the earth, you want to say something? Let me land. When it comes to the earth, is about when you sow. How do you sow? You sow by picking up a seed and burying it underneath the soil. When you bury that seed underneath the soil, that soil is able to nourish the seed that has been buried underneath it, nourish it, give it all the nutrients, all the everything that it needs to be able to grow. And once it's done that, so that's where, when the seed is buried underneath the soil, they both marry each other. There's a lot of marination that goes on between the soil and the seed. So there's a lot that goes on. It's not just the soil giving the nutrient, it's the seed being buried. That's quite symbolic when you take your understanding, when you take your analogy from nature, because nature teaches us a lot. There's a lot we can learn from nature as we're part of it and we live in it. For us to be able to understand this earth that we live in, we need to look around us. Not just what humans have created, but what the Creator, the Almighty Creator, has created. And that's how the ancient people got to understand more of our environment. So when we take our understanding from nature itself, we learn a lot, we gain a lot of knowledge. So when this marination happens between the seed and the soil, there's a lot of submission that goes between them. They click. It's like putting a puzzles together. One part of the puzzle is not. That's our discussion yesterday, isn't it? One part of the puzzle is not more superior than the other. You take one part of the puzzle out, and that puzzle is incomplete. You find that one puzzle, and you have a complete picture. So if you take one puzzle out of the remaining puzzle, the whole lot of puzzles, can those puzzles, do without the remaining one puzzle? It will be an incomplete. That's what humans have created. When we're talking about the puzzles, that's human creation. When we're talking about the seed and the earth, the seed and the earth, the soil. The seed and the soil, which is the earth as well. That's God's creation. Oh, we have a call coming in. Just cut it and then put it on. Right. Okay.
All sorted.
So when you have the soil and the seed marinating, there's a lot of submission that goes between these two seeds. And you ask the question, why do men and women, and especially when it comes to relationship, like a boy meeting a girl, and when it comes to marriage, why is there a lot of crashing? Marriages crashing. Because one party believe they are more superior than the other. But this marriage thing is actually a teamwork. No one is more superior than the other. Because you can be good in, for example, men are generally known as being the provider. You can be good in provision. And women are generally known as the nurturers, and the women, the nurturers. Women, and I can be good in nurturing. So when you go out to the field, like they used to call it in the ancient times, and we call it today going out to work. You go out to work. You've left home the entire day. The home that you live, you left it the entire day. For example, if there are children to take care of, your siblings to take care of, the other aspect of things that you need to take care of. And the woman who stays at home or chooses this to stay at home, and this is not to say all women have to stay at home. It's not compulsory. The man can go to the field or to work while the woman does other aspect of work, close by.
Yeah.
But then, so when you go out to work, you come back, you will be tired, physically exhausted.
Yeah.
If there's no one at home to nurture you, and all you do is walk, how would you feel? I mean, how that will affect your mental well-being, wouldn't it?
Obviously, you'll be physically drained. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if no one's there to come back, like the scenario you gave, right? Mm-hmm. The scenario you gave is that no one's there to nurture you when the male comes back.
When we say no one, we need to be specific. No woman.
No woman, obviously. Yeah, is there to comfort you when you come back. Then obviously it'll be so draining that I don't think the man will want to go out to work anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like, because they'll just be so, like, they'll need a rest day. Obviously, it's either they'll eventually need a rest day, or multiple rest days, or they'll just get sick of it and stop. In general, just completely cease it. So obviously, if they don't have, let's say for example, when they get back and stuff that's like there, like I have this and this problems, and just relay all of them out and all that stuff, or something like that, yeah, to just kind of soothe them in a sense, then I guess they'll probably be depressed. And they might be genuinely depressed if they do all that, come back and no one's there, and then that cycle repeats. They'll probably be depressed, yeah.
Well, there might be other men there who also must have gone out to work, gone out to the field. You could imagine, for example, let me give a scenario like a community filled with men and women, and all the men suddenly go out to work or go out to protect the border of the community, go out to serve.
Yeah.
And by the time they all come back in their droops, nobody to nurture them, which is what women are naturally endowed with. We are natural nurturers. It comes easily. A man can learn it, but it will not come that easily. It's a gift. That's how women are made. Just like men are naturally gifted with being able to work hard physically. And look at you, in those days, in the ancient times, you don't even have to go to the gym to get your muscles up.
Obviously no, because hunter-gathering or, general exercise, you have to hunt for your food. Yeah, you have to work for your food physically, and it's physically demanding. You have to be fast, you have to be physically strong. Yeah, it's rather you get the big meals, yeah, and you're physically strong, or you get a small meal and it's not that physically demanding, like a rabbit or something like that. Yeah. So in order for you to survive properly or to feast properly, you will need to be physically strong. That's physically demanding. So obviously, you won't really need to. You'll get those muscles eventually somehow.
Yes.
Yeah. But since now I can walk to a Tesco and get us a 4-course meal, I don't really need to work for our food.
No.
I don't even provide the food. Yeah. So, and also some muscles that they're just gone. Yeah, like you see like flabby bellies, all that sort of stuff. Because we don't have to exercise to get food or to do anything. Yeah, we don't have to physically. It's not physically demanding anymore.
That's why you see most men have to.
And not just that, but we can go to fast food. Yeah, KFC.
You mean in this era?
Yeah, obviously.
But in the ancient era, men have to hunt for their food.
Yeah.
Men are natural hunters. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
In the ancient times, men hunt because they are physically endowed. They can go on and on and on. It builds them up. It shows their masculinity. However, in these days, in this era, things have changed. So rather than going hunting for food and for other things, you now have to go to work and make some money.
Yeah, but you still eventually need to get that food from, let's say, the end goal is food. Yeah. Yeah. So
That's what the money does now.
yeah.
The money, when you get the money, you are able to buy food, you're able to put roof over your head, you're able to live, to a good standard. That's what the money does.
Yeah.
Now is what the hunting of those days has been replaced by hunting for money.
Yeah.
That's why men have to go to work. But now women are saying we can also work because women have been treated in a subjugating way for many years because of the bad experience. Women are beginning to stand up, and that's why we had to discuss the feminism yesterday, which is a continuation of the topic today. However, today we want to divert a bit to submission. Should men also submit? From the analogy that I have put forward of the plant and the soil.
I was about to ask you that while you were talking about the plant and soil. Yeah. How does, you said the marinating and all that stuff. Yeah. And then you went on to the puzzle. Yeah. Jigsaw pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't get how the seed submits to the soil in that analogy.
The seed has to be buried.
Yeah, obviously.
Why the seed? Since the seed, who symbolically is how men are. Men are seed bearers. Men carry the seed to making a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah? So when you look at the seed of the earth, how does the seed grow? You need to take the seed and bury it in the soil. And when you look at the male and the female, same thing happens. They come together and
Procreate.
yeah. So should men also submit?
I mean, define submission. Like,
Define it.
I'll see that.
No, you define it.
Because
What do you understand by submission? Yeah.
You put me in a tricky situation. Yeah, you put me in a spliff. From your question, should men submit to women? Yeah. I mean, I need to think about it
Okay.
for a second. Because I don't want to just spout whatever I want to say and then it comes out wrong. And then not just that, but then
While you're waiting for that, tell us what submission means.
submission, yeah, is, from my understanding, is when someone, like, okay, when a person submits to another person, yeah, they are beneath that person, right? From my understanding.
Okay.
They serve that person, yeah, and basically like a servant to an extent. Yeah, when the servant submits to their master, is an example, or when the dog submits to their master. That's basically the general idea of what submission is, from my understanding. Yeah.
Right.
That's my definition
Of submission.
Yeah.
Well, submission, you know, is really be taken out of context. It's supposed to be a positive way of relating. one submitting to another. As humans, we need, or we should serve one another. That's why life is give and take, sow and reap, is it not? So it's a balance to life. Like when you give, you become empty, and when you're a person who takes, you become selfish and even depressed. When you sow something, like for example, when you go to work and you don't get any reward, how do you feel about that?
I don't go to work, and that's never happened.
It's not encouraging, isn't it?
It won't be encouraging, no. It'll be very discouraging.
So that's it. So, and again, there's no way you can sow without, for you to reap, you need to sow, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's the balance. So serving, as humans, we should serve one another.
But you said submit.
Yeah, I'm going there.
Okay.
As humans, we should serve one another. It's like there's a term in my country, Nigeria, where I originate from, how we used to say it. You say, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. It's a terminology in Nigeria. So what it literally means is, you serve me, I serve you. You do me well, I do you well. Something like that. So we all have each other's back. So service is supposed to be a good thing. Serving one another is supposed to be a good thing. However, the rate at which the world is going now, you just don't give your service for free.
No.
You give your service and then you get a reward.
Paid service, yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like trade by barter. And that's how it used to be in the ancient times. When you need something, you have to give your service to get that back.
Yeah.
So for example, if you need, if you need some basket of oranges and you have a basket of apples, and the other person actually needs some parts of the apples that you have, what do? You trade by barter. You give some of your apples and they give you some of your oranges. That's trade by barter?
That's trade by barter, but that's not really.
That's an example, Martin.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
That's an example. But now the currency is like obviously cash, money, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So I guess trade by currency, is that what it's called?
Now we use money. Now it's paid service.
Yeah.
We understand that. So like I said, that's an example. That's how trade by barter.
I understand what trade by barter means.
So serving one another, giving service, is supposed to be something positive. We should serve one another. But that has been or is seen as something that belittles another. In this day and age, it's like the other is seeing it as one being a servant. But being a servant should not be. You become, or the person becomes a servant when it's just one-sided. So you're the one serving, or the other person is giving their service, but the one that is receiving their service is belittling the one that brings the service. So that's when it is looked down on as though it's something negative. What do you understand by service or giving service?
Giving service, there's some examples I can make. Yeah, like a barber cutting someone's hair. That's a service. People want that type of service, and they pay for it. Yeah, paid service. That's a service that people want. Yeah, it's basically something that you can do for someone. Yeah, and then they give you whatever currency may be. Yeah, better currency, cash, whatever, in return for that service that people want. Yeah, it may be something that somebody may want, like Gucci is not a necessity. Yeah, it's a want.
It's a
Or
need.
no, Gucci's a want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not a need. Yeah.
but a necessity is something that somebody may need. Like in America, you have to pay for medical service. Yeah, you have to pay upfront. It's all covered in the UK, but that's a different story. Yeah. Or Tesco's, you go to Tesco's, you want something from there, you want groceries, so you buy groceries from there. Yeah, and then when you get to the cashier, they scan your stuff. That's a service. Yeah, so a service is basically what someone does that you may need or you may want that helps you. Yeah, and you may pay for that service.
Okay. So, again, going back to the discussion, should men serve women? Should men submit to women?
For my definition, the one in my head, serving and submitting, I see as two different things.
I can't see you.
Oh, sorry. Well, the way that I phrase submitting, submitting is more like, it's more of a belittling thing. From my perspective, from my point of view. And serving can be seen, the person may need it. It's a necessity. It's something, it feels more noble to an extent. Yeah. So serving is one thing, and I agree with that. Yeah. Where the man can help the woman or serve the woman, the man should and serve the woman. Where the woman should serve, can serve the man, yeah, whatever way may be, then that is the case. Yeah. Let me take a scenario, for example. If you have a man and a woman, yeah, and the woman is in a wheelchair, yeah, and then the man helps the woman push, push the wheelchair wherever she may go, yeah, and helps her onto the bus or any obstacles in place, just helps her get through that. Yeah, that's a service. Yeah,
that can come from a place of compassion, and not everyone displays compassion these days. Not everyone displays compassion or empathy. Not everyone.
No, if the two love each other, then you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that example that you gave, it's not everyone in that situation that would be in relationship or be married. They could be friends. So, but we are talking specifically about marriage and being in a relationship, because that's where the word submission is strongly used, and that's where it becomes really religious. Yeah, that's where it becomes really religious. You see, the religious sector always asks the woman, especially Christianity, well, not especially Christianity, it's just that I can relate with Christianity, asks the woman to be submissive. Yeah. So, I mean, when the woman becomes submissive or is forced to submit, then that relationship becomes toxic.
It's one-sided.
The man ends up become narcissistic. The man ends up become an abuser to the woman, because he expects the woman to be beneath him. He believes that the woman, he's more superior than the woman. That's how strongly related that word is, especially in the religious sector. However, when we look at or treat ourselves in an equilibrium state, then we'll be able to treat one another with respect. I know most men demand or expect to be respected. They shouldn't even expect to be respected. They should be respected. And vice versa. If you, as a man, if you love your woman, should you not respect your woman?
Yeah, of course.
Tell us more about that.
Well, respect is mutual, and if one person respects another person, then the person, it's both ways. Yeah. The man should respect the woman, and the woman should respect the man equally. Yeah. And in a relationship, yeah, this is a necessity.
What's the necessity?
Respect. If you don't have respect for your significant other, yeah, then it all just goes to shambles.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't really make any sense to be in that relationship. If you don't respect each other, yeah, then you basically don't love each other.
Right.
Yeah, because then you
it becomes a controlling relationship.
Because then you treat the other person as a second-class citizen, or as second class, or as beneath you. Yeah, respect goes back a long way. Yeah, and if you can't not respect them and love them. Yeah, because then you just don't.
And when you look at how women are, because we are nurturers, a man shows love to a woman, oftentimes, isn't it? A man shows love to the woman. When the man emits love to the significant other, which is the girlfriend or the wife, and the wife or the girlfriend is in a position to receive that love. The more you emit love, and the more the woman responds to that love by receiving that love, it will make that relationship so easy to enjoy. Because the woman, as she's receiving that love, she will submit. Women we are very tender. So you treat the woman with tender love. And if the woman truly loves the man and is in a position to receive and is receiving, as a man, you need not even ask for respect. She is going to respect you. She's going to submit naturally.
Might I say that if what was I gonna say? If the man gives love, yeah, and then the woman receives love, and then therefore somehow the woman submits. Therefore, yeah, the woman submits naturally. What about the man receiving love? So where does that come into play? Because if it's giving, receiving, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Right on. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No. Oh, you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Because I forgot what I was going to say.
So, because it should be
vice versa. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Because the man also wants to be loved, not just emits love.
All of their love to the woman.
So
and not receive anything back.
As the woman is emitting the love and the woman is receiving the love, I think.
Oh yeah.
Should the woman not also give love back? That's a good one. You point out there. The woman also should give love back, and that's why the nurturing rather comes from the woman. They call it nurture, but it's got different elements attached to it, which is love, kindness, compassion from the woman, as a nurturer, and as the lover as well. You could imagine a person finding themselves in a position of authority, and you say, oh, for example, a leader. Let's use the politicians now, for example. The politicians and the people that the politician serve. Because as a politician, you're not there to rule over the citizens. You're not there to demean the citizens. You're not there to trash the citizens. You're not there to maltreat the citizens. You're there to serve because the citizens chose the politician.
Leader, yeah.
So it should be both ways. As the citizens chose the leader, and then he becomes the leader. Just like we're talking about the plant and the soil.
The leader should know how to direct the country or the people, and then he or she should also understand what's best for the people.
Should it be that it's only the citizens that submit all the time to the leader?
No, the leader also has to understand what's best for the citizens. Yeah.
Should the leader not also submit to the citizens? And when I say submit, I mean serve.
Yeah. Do what's best for them.
That's the best word, isn't it? Service. You're there to give service. As a husband, you're there to serve your husband. I mean, to serve your wife. You're there to serve your wife. Yeah, and the wife should serve you as well. So you're a team. That's if a man and a woman can look at their relationship, I mean their boyfriend or girlfriend relationship or marital relationship as such, that relationship will thrive. It will thrive. If you're not expecting the other one to be
doing everything for you.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be one-sided.
So it's not 50-50. Some people call it 50-50. I don't choose to call it 50-50 because what you're good in, I might not be good in it. So if you say I should bring 50 of what you're good in,
the other half, basically.
Yeah, the other half. No, it's a balancing. It's bringing your best. I'll bring in my best.
Make up for what the other one lacks.
Yes, exactly. Say it again.
Make up for what the other one lacks.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a jigsaw, isn't it? Because when you look at the puzzle, the shape of the puzzles, they all look differently. They are all different shapes. Yes or no?
I haven't seen a jigsaw in a long time.
Okay, a puzzle.
But
a puzzle.
I know what you mean.
Uh-huh.
If I get into the technicalities and make it like.
Yeah, but you built a puzzle before.
They are all different.
They are all different. So the shape of the one puzzle is completely different from the shape of the other puzzle. So when you bring this puzzle, they come with their own potentials, and the rest of the puzzles come with their own potentials. You put them together,
make a masterpiece.
Yeah, masterpiece. Exactly. So should men submit to women? Or is the wrong word?
We'll leave that for you to answer in the comments.
Wise man. Oh my goodness. Right. I hope you all enjoyed listening to us, and you've been able to pick up one. They need to see you here. You've been able to pick up one or two knowledge from our discussion here. Do type in the chat box
your answers, your opinions, yeah,
we would like to know. For now, we say thank you very much for listening and watching. We get to see you again tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, next
Saturday.
week.
Saturday. Saturday is the last for this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We get to see you again Saturday. Yeah. Take care now.
Bye.
Adios.
Oh, adios?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.